Broadcasting from the Vegas Video Network studios, just steps from the Las Vegas Strip, it's Awkward Silence 2.1. And now, our favorite host in this particular time spot, it's Brandon Gooch Hahn.
Oh my God. God damn, I'm looking good. What's going on, Vegas? Welcome to Awkward Silence 2.1. I'm your host, Brandon Gooch Hahn. You want to email us? awkward@vegasvideonetwork.com. awkward@vegasvideonetwork.com. We also have a phone that you could call us up at 1-866-966-4599, 866-966-4599. And let's just say you missed the show. You missed about like a few minutes. Don't worry about it, Lamb Chop. We got you covered. We're showing replays on VegasVideoNetwork.com, Roku, YouTube, and iTunes. You could catch us on all of that. Now, I got to tell you what happened to me earlier this week. I moved across town, and I had to cancel my membership to Gold's Gym. And instead of going into the computer and canceling me out, doing it the easy way, they made me send them a certified letter. And I got to tell you, I was highly upset by this. You don't mind if I share it with you, do you? Okay, great. The letter goes like this. Dear Fuhrer, a.k.a. Gold's Gym, I would like to cancel my account with your Third Reich organization. I find it ludicrous that you would force me into sending a certified letter in order to cancel my membership. My account is 371904, effective immediately. Fuck you, Brandon Hahn. P.S. I hope whoever thought of this scandal catches AIDS. You're horrible people, and I pray to whatever God there is that you get what's coming to you. P.P.S. This is not a threat, by the way. I don't want you calling your baby-raping lawyers on me. Have a shitty life. I do kids' parties. And now it's time for the seamless segue to camera number 2. Oh, God damn, that was flawless, right? All right, high five to me. All right, let's do the old news. So in Arizona, a mother was recently arrested and charged with child abuse after she blew marijuana smoke in her baby's mouth in order to get her baby to stop crying. When asked for comment, the baby simply said, wah, man. Fucking wah. And another disturbing parenting news, the show Toddlers and Tiaras is making headlines over 4-year-old Maddie Jackson. You see, 4-year-old Maddie Jackson, her mom wants her baby to dress up like Dolly Parton with fake breasts and everything. Is it okay for a 4-year-old to be voluptuous? You know what, you could catch Maddie's debut 14 years from now on HBO's Cat House. And in Utah, a woman was recently accused of punching a police officer in the face when the police officer arrested her for trespassing on private property. Now, when I look at this picture, the very first thing that comes to my mind is, oh my God, Emma Stone has really let herself go. My God, look at that. That's the chick Jim Carrey got all weird about? Come on, Jim Carrey, step up your game, Ace Ventura. Let's get with it. And finally, a mother called the cops on her husband after her and her son walked in and caught her husband cheating on her. Wait for it. With a goat! Yes! And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Let me tell you something, fellas. If you're going to cheat on your woman, could you do her a favor and at least cheat up? Oh, now this woman knows exactly how Maria Shriver felt. Hey, come on. That was a little too much. A little too much. So as many of us realize in the Vegas Valley, that the I-15 is a complete and utter disaster. And who better to cover the story than our very own Courtney Leone. Hey, Court.
Hi, Peggy. Gooch, I'm standing here on the side of the I-15 in total disbelief.
You know, it's funny. You're on the side of the freeway, and it's awfully quiet. You know, if I didn't know any better, I would swear you were in front of a green screen.
Nope. Here on the side of the road, traffic's down to 1 lane because of all the construction. That's why it's so silent.
Are they making any new lanes at all?
No, but they did add some iron horses to the side of the road.
So all that construction, that's just for show?
No, it serves a purpose. It's here to remind us that all the unfinished housing projects have pushed the wildlife up into the mountains. At one point in time, there were desert tortoises roaming free.
You know, I can't believe they're doing all that construction and there's no lanes. That's insane.
Our city is doing our community a good service. Sure, they've cut back our public education fund, but who cares if Samantha doesn't know who wrote the Emancipation Proclamation? She can look out her car window and see an iron replica of the coyote chasing the roadrunner at her freeway road pass. And let's face it, Samantha, who cares if you can't read? You can always strip.
That was a creepy wink. What are you doing?
I'm paying homage to Frank. After 25 years with the county clerk's office, he was let go. And while he's driving back to Henderson to tell his kids that there won't be a Christmas this year, he can break the good news to them too. Let them know that on the side of the freeway, on one of the last exits out of town, there's a mural of a coiled up rattlesnake and some cacti. And let's face it, when you're leaving this city, the first thing you think of is a coiled up rattlesnake and some cacti. Not that you just lost the love and respect of your family to a game of Keno.
You know, Courtney, I'm not sure that this is good news. Are they just trying to mask Vegas's problems with pretty pictures?
Probably, but I'm high on ecstasy right now, so what do I care?
Courtney Leone, everyone.
I can feel the music.
There is no music. Let's pass the mic. Ah, yes, pass the mic. This is the portion of the show where you, the viewer, get to ask me, the host, a question through email. awkward@vegasvideonetwork.com. That's awkward@vegasvideonetwork.com. So we got a question there, Scott.
We've got two. First one comes from Steve. Steve wants to know, do you test out all of your new material in front of family and friends, or do you wait to try it out on stage?
That's a good question. To be totally honest with you, I only try out my new jokes in front of my mom because to her, I'm the funniest, most handsome boy who ever lived. Hi, Mom.
Okay, Mom says hi on the chat. Julie wants to know, have you ever been completely embarrassed on stage? This is the last question.
Yeah. I think anybody who's ever picked up a microphone has been completely embarrassed. One story comes to mind. See, I'm not a mean guy, but sometimes I do when I get mean when I get embarrassed. So there was a room full of really old people, and I don't know what they just weren't laughing at me. So finally, I just started making all these old jokes like, "Hey, how'd you come to the country on the Pinta?" You know what I mean? And it's like they just started getting really angry with me, and then they all stood up at the same time and left this room. And as they were opening the door, that was the one that you could finally, there was like a light bulb, and I kept yelling, "Go towards the light! Go towards the light!" And that was pretty embarrassing for me. So I think we'll be back with our headliner in just a little bit. Now let's do a station ID.
Hey, I'm Al, man. Is that how you get them to do that all the time? Just sit there and be an ass. Is that it? Hey, I'm Al. Hey, I'm Al Mancini at Top of the Food Chain. You are watching the Vegas Video Network. We got big forks, big spoons. I got a big mouth. I got no guests.
Hey, I think Al Mancini was just caught banging some guy's wife. That was the joke with the goat, because he had the, never mind, I'm sorry.
Hey-yo.
That was nothing personal, Al. You just had the greatest goatee I've ever seen in my entire life. All right, without any further ado, let's get to our headliner. Your headliner has been featured on many shows. MTV's Punk'd, Jay Leno, The Best Damn Sports Show. She's opened up for Carrot Top, still does, and she's also headlining down at the Las Vegas Hilton for the Icons of Comedy. It's Shayma Tash, everyone. Yay!
Yeah! Good to be
Going on?
here.
How you doing?
Great, great. Really funny stuff. I liked your stuff.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I was watching some YouTube videos of you earlier because I like to do all the research for my guests 5 minutes before they appear on the show. So
That's good.
it's, you know what though? But you had some really funny stuff, and you were like edgy. You know.
Yeah, I get a little crazy. I think people should be prepared for that because you know sometimes I dress all nice like this, and they think that I'm going to be a typical. I don't want to say typical female comic, but maybe not what they're expecting. Like right now, I'm kind of dressed like Sarah Palin, but that's not what comes out of my mouth.
Yeah, exactly. It's the,
I might say teabag and teabaggers. I might say teabaggers, but I mean it differently than what she means. That's for sure. Teabaggers. That's what we're going to call ourselves. The teabaggers.
Let's start the charge.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, very edgy.
You know, and that's the thing too, and on stage, if you don't mind me saying, I mean, you're not afraid to show off your body. Like there was actually a video of you and you had the midriff going, very sexy. There's a lot of women out there that don't do that. But to me personally, I like that, not because of the look, but because it shows confidence. It shows that, hey, I believe in myself and I'm ready to party. Do you think that comes across to the audience?
The ready to party, for sure. Yeah, ready to party. Everyone in my midriff. And,
hey, got any Coke?
You know, I know, right? We're going to rock it out, party big time, huh? Party big time. And no, I actually have gone through a lot of different phases of dressing. It's just basically based on my mood. Like sometimes I'll dress conservative. I'll wear a suit. And then sometimes I'll dress in a little outfit from Forever 21, like I think I'm still in that age bracket, which I'm not. And then other times, you know, something like really Eurotrash. I did a Eurotrash character in one of those YouTube clips.
Okay.
And that was appropriate, that outfit. It's, you know, just, you know, very style. It is lots of style. And, you know, I like to feel my own self and sexy in myself, in my skin. And, you know, I sometimes will just have sex with myself to look at myself, will get me happy. And if I have sex with someone to make it sex, I get angry when they want to have mirror in room but block my view of myself.
You know what's funny is actually I read a brand new article. There's a website coming out, a dating website meant specifically for people that want to date someone that look like themselves, like they have the same facial features.
That is so creepy.
I know, right? I mean,
DateMyself.com.
I know. I think it's like something like pickyourfacemate.com. It's the most creepy thing I've ever seen. It's for the person who likes to masturbate in front of the mirror. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, you know, and I'm not going to say I'm not guilty of that, but no.
Who are you to judge, Gooch?
Hey, come on. I'm a waist-up lesbian. So, no, Liberace had a lover for many years. And if you see, if you're in Vegas ever, anyone who's here or traveling here, go down Tropicana. I think it's Tropicana right after Spencer.
Yeah.
Or Spencer, Tropicana and Spencer.
It's around that area, yeah.
And it's because I live in that area. I just moved into that area, and I have to tell people when they're coming to my house that, you know, I live by the Liberace Museum, and they're like, what? And I'm like, it's at the big gay head, make a right, and then past the piano slapping faggot, and then like on left. and there's my house. But anyway, you'll see a big picture of his head. Like, he was so in love with himself. He was like, hello, here I am. He was just so into himself, and he's wearing like a ascot kind of thing, and he had his lover get plastic surgery to look like himself.
Oh, wow.
It'd be so much easier just to find somebody who looks like you if you're that
Exactly,
narcissistic.
right. How would you like to feel? It's like, wait a minute, I'm not good enough, so I have to get these cheekbones raised. All right, whatever. Can I wear your boa?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly,
it's just like...
exactly. Yeah, it's just not working. Can you see this face? Yeah, try to do this. Yeah, I don't know. Get a chisel, sand it down, something. Get somebody to... Yeah, I think one more step, and I think we've got it. Seriously.
So you're originally from San Diego and you're living here in Las Vegas. How different is that? Because in San Diego, the vibe is so chill. And in Vegas, it's just everyone's just trying. To me, it's like looking like a mini version of LA where everybody's trying to out-cool each other. And it's just a nonstop party. You know?
Yeah, I lived in LA for 10 years. The whole thing about trying to be cool and the image, like I like to dress up and I like to, you know, take care of myself, but I feel like they overdo it in LA, and if that's happening, I see a lot of plastic surgery places out here, and I actually talk about that in my act, like, you know, women are actually doing labiaplasty now, which is a dumb idea, really. It's like putting a fresh coat of paint on a really old house and trying to pretend no one ever lived there before. Like, it's,
I would
not
say
fooling
wax.
anybody.
But
yeah, you know, they're going to figure it out when they get inside. They see the wall's been marked and the carpet's been trampled. But I feel like the image thing. And break for a laugh.
I was like, oh, okay, I never looked at it that way. I heard the carpets match the drapes off footprints. Shayma Tash.
That's funny. You asked that to a blonde, like, your carpet match the drapes? No, but my couch matches my ottoman. You know what you're talking But I think it's gotten a little crazy in LA and just in the world in general. I think people are more concerned with a person's outer shell. They really don't care about content anymore. In LA, it's very much a superficial town. San Diego people are very chill. They're just nicer people. I hate to say it. There's plenty of nice people in LA that I'm friends with, but by and large, San Diego is cool, man. Right on. You'll hear that all the time, like, right on. No, it's cool.
Hey, man, whatever, bro.
Right
Whatever.
They're still hanging on to that SoCal vibe. And
Yeah. See, I like that. That's the way to do it. Everybody treats each other. And the thing is, in San Diego, like you'll see like like couple. It'll be like a big group of friends, and they're all dressed totally different. Like you'll see like a Vato Loco forever, and then you'll see this like dreadlock wearing hippie next to him, and a dude wearing a suit, and everybody just accepts each other.
It's true. It's like a one big Benetton commercial where everyone's like just totally cool, and it's like a rave or something.
It's like John Lennon's Imagine come to life.
It is.
That's how I like it. So you were actually. Oh, we got a question for the live chat. What's going on?
We do. Nate wants to know what made Shaima decide to move to Vegas instead of Los Angeles, since that's more known as a comedy capital.
Oh yeah. Well, I actually lived in Los Angeles for 10 years and started getting so much work in Vegas that I never saw my place in LA. I was just never there. I was paying for a place that I never saw, and it just became expensive. I had a place in Santa Monica. It's overpriced and. Never saw the joint, so I was like, I'll just come out here for a while, see what happens. I started developing a show. I'm doing stand-up right now, but I'm actually developing a one-woman variety show, kind of like the new version of Bette Midler. And I actually met Bette Midler one time for some political event, and it was like a rally for Obama. And I don't know what I was thinking, but whatever.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. I was doe-eyed, and so I did this rally, and she was there, and she was really nice and just personable, and took a picture with her, and she was just easy and approachable. She did her thing, and I thought it was really interesting and entertaining, her speech. And then she's backstage, and I see her walking by the dressing room, and I knew she was on her way out. And my buddy, a friend of mine, comic friend, Sean Polofsky, is a huge fan of hers. Like, she's fanatical. And so I wanted to get her autograph from my friend Sean, but I was hungry. I couldn't wait to eat, and there were peanuts back there. It was Amazing Jonathan's dressing room, and he has peanuts in his act. So I just took some of the peanuts and we're eating them, but I didn't have time to dump them out of my hand.
Right.
So I ran up to her and I was like, "Hi, I just wanted to catch you before you leave. I'm a big fan. My friend Sean is a really big fan, and she wants an autograph. I was wondering if you would sign one." She goes, "Oh yeah, sure." And she went to shake my hand, and I didn't know what to. I went, "I have peanuts." And then I didn't know what to say because she just looked at me like I was crazy, which I am. And then I go, "Do you want some?" And she goes, "No."
Yeah, especially just a handful of peanuts.
Yeah, just a handful of peanuts in my hand already. So gross.
I sucked off all the candy-coated chocolate off these. You want them? Thanks.
This is the part I don't like. That's why.
So we got another chat question. What's going on, Scott?
All right, Clown Boy wants to know if you have male groupies.
Not yet, Clown Boy, but you want to be one? That would be great. I would totally love. I'll sign your man tits or whatever. Not that you have them. I'm just saying. If you had them, I would sign them.
Have you ever had a weird situation like that happen, though? Because I've had like a weird chick, but like, have you ever had something like that happen?
Oh, most of the weird people I've had to deal with are in my family.
Oh, okay.
So that's, I'm pretty seasoned at that, though. I know how to deal with the crazy. I've been doing it my whole life,
Right.
My mom is a hoarder. Nothing more scary than walking into her house.
Are we talking like the...
It's not extreme, like where she, like a cat's missing for 6 years. She doesn't realize that it's been under a pile of newspapers. But it's not quite that bad. But she's definitely one of those people that's cluttered and doesn't believe in any... There's no wall space in the house. Like, she'll just tape up an old happy birthday balloon from 6 years ago, and then Mardi Gras beads. And I'm like, I don't want to think about the fact that you showed your tits for those. But anyway, then... There's just stuff everywhere, and some people have collectibles, like, I like little glass elephants. But my mom has just random shit, like there'll be like a shot glass, and then a thimble, actually in a collectible like display case, and then like one of those little spoons, and then a bottle cap that she found on the side of the road. Really, a bottle? That's garbage, Mom. And then a Yoda. I'm like, how does Yoda fit in to this whole theme. And like she has Teletubbies. All her kids were like grown. Why do you have Teletubbies, you freak? And then I told her finally at one point when I saw like a dusty, sad clown figurine, I was like, this is creepy. This is like Silence of the Lambs. This is what your house is. And I go, no, this is why you don't get company, because they're afraid you're going to keep them.
Well, maybe she already is. You know, I want to wear your skin, Jay. Here's a clown.
Oh, it's so creepy. Anyway. Yeah.
So you were brought up the one-woman show, and just for those of you who don't know, this is some of her talents according to ShaymaTosh.com. That's a shameless plug for you.
Yes.
Piano, guitar, sings, dances, does impressions, stand-up comedy, makes julienne fries. I mean, how many more? I mean, how many talents do you possess? And I'm sure all those talents are going to be going into this one-woman show.
Thank you. A little bit of improv and some tiddlywinks. I'm very good at tiddlywinks.
Right.
I can really flick them in those cups pretty good. No, when I say that I do, some of these things, it's layman's, like the guitar, enough chords to get by, rock and roll.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I got Guitar Hero. That's pretty much all I got. I can't go out there and say, hey, you guys ready for this? Green, yellow, red. It's not the same. It's not the same.
That's cool. Right on. Well, who knows? They have those air guitars.
The championships? Oh.
Maybe you could do that.
Oh, God. I'll just catapult myself into a whole nother level of fail.
We should do that sometime for fun, though. If they ever have
for
a
fun,
competition
yeah.
here, let's do it. All right, let's do it.
Me
Totally.
and you right there. And
we'll
do
be
the
a
whole
team.
back-to-back
I think we could do a team. Yes.
And I'll do the bass. Yeah.
God, I watched too many videos in the 80s, obviously. I know that.
But no, so you got a little bit of guitar, and then and obviously some impressions.
Yeah. It's funny because I'm working on some new impressions. They're like half baked, so I'm not gonna try them right now. But I'm working right now on Steve Buscemi and John Malkovich. I really want to do a John Malkovich impression, but I'm not sure. Maybe people can call in or send an email and let me know if he's known enough, because I've had other people say, well, I don't know, that's kind of obscure.
Right.
But I like to do the obscure stuff.
Well, you know what? I think that's great because how many more? Look, a good walk-in is great, but how many comics do Christopher Walken? How many comics do the? It's like a Ronald Reagan. I don't know. I'm just thinking of other people that they kind of killed that impression. I mean, when you're coming at it from a different angle, I mean, everybody appreciates that. I think
that's cool. I mean, it just depends. I think some people, like industry people, producers. I don't know. I think you should stick to Cher, and I'm like, no, I don't really want to do another Cher impression.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got another chat question. What's going on, Scott?
Yeah, Bill wants to know when you launch the one-woman show, will you do it here in Vegas or elsewhere?
I'm going to do it here in Vegas. So please come out. And join, who's the clown? What's the clown guy?
Clown Boy.
Clown Boy. Clown Boy. I think I can remember that, Clown Boy.
Holding her clothes.
Please join Clown Boy and come down and support. I would love to see you. Thank you for asking.
Clown Boy actually said he'll see you tonight.
Exactly.
Right on.
Yeah, from the bushes. Shayma, you were also on MTV's Punk'd.
Yeah.
And the question I have for you is, were there any pranks that they couldn't show? Because don't you guys have to get some consent from everybody that you pull a trick on? Because, I mean, some people I'm sure got pretty angry.
Yeah. No, I was surprised. I did just a couple of pranks that, they worked well. And first of all, one, I expected her to be nice. It was Kate Beckinsale. I expected her to be gracious, but she was more gracious than you would expect. It was almost sickening how nice
you almost
she
kind
was.
of felt bad. You're like,
yes,
oh,
and she had that British accent. She's like, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry, really, I am. And if there's anything that I can do, and I'm really, I'm beside myself, and this is awful. And really, if there's anything that I can, would you like a drink? She actually offered me a drink. So, would you like a beverage of some sort? Well, it's on us, and anything you'd like. And I was like, oh no, sorry, lady, you're a nice lady. And the other one that I was surprised because I thought he would be a little bit more pissed off, and this is before the whole Rihanna thing, was Chris Brown. Mm-hmm. I really towed the line with him because they edit, but they didn't show everything. Mm-hmm. But I was really laying into him and insulting his intelligence, saying horrible, I was going for it. It was a prank.
Right.
So I was really snide and rude, and he was like, I just saw the blood boiling, like, all right, I'm about to slap a bitch right now.
Exactly.
To slap a bitch.
Now, the next question is, would you have gone that far after you would have saw the aftermath?
Oh, God, that's a good question. You know, I have definitely towed the line. Because, like, what's he going to do? Like, there's people around. He might slap me once or twice, but I might get a good jab in. I might get a good something.
Ooh, security!
That's right. That's right. And if I get him, that all it takes is one making contact, and it's like, oh, I'm awesome. Look at these guns.
Look at that right there.
Look at that.
There's a reason why she has no sleeves. It's intimidation.
I did a lot of push-ups when I was in high school, and so that would have been awesome. Probably a good opportunity.
You know, when, before the show, I came in here and I was getting ready to talk sports with you, and I was so let down. You were on the Best Damn Sports Show, and you actually did a segment. And the thing is the segment that you did, it was like, oh, she knows sports. And then
I know. It's almost arousing for men. They're like, oh my God, she knows sports, and so hot.
She plays guitar. She could serenade me. We could talk about the Padres.
Right? God, I know. Sorry. What a buzzkill. But, I was on the Best Damn Sports Show for a while, and I had a weekly segment. And you know who I thought was really cool? Michael Irvin, who had a great sense of humor. And, I wanted to do something about how there's all these cheerleaders in sports, and, guys want women to watch sports more, and, they want to be enthusiastic about it. But it's all, catered to men. Mm-hmm. So women should have cheerleaders as well. And I said, Michael, would you be my cheerleader? And he goes, hell yeah, I'd be your cheerleader. He's like, yeah, I go, I'm going to put you in hot pink. And the producer, by the way, was not for this. I just really wanted to do it. I was like, he said yes. He said yes, and he'll wear a blonde wig. And he goes, just as long as I got really big tits. Because I want him out to here, man. Could you imagine him in hot pink with a blonde wig and big tits just gyrating? I mean, come on, that's good comedy.
I'd like to see it. I'm sure he wanted those big tits too, just so he could have a place to hide his coke.
Right?
But that's an old school joke for the Cowboys fans out there. Leon Lett. Anyway,
it's funny. He used to always come up and flirt, and
what are you? What?
Yeah,
Michael Irvin.
Michael Irvin. Yeah, he was a flirt, and he'd be in his pajamas, and he'd come up and be like, I really wish I was that Mike Pack. Be like, what? And then I realized, the mic pack we always put, back here. It's like right above my ass crack. And I was like, oh, that's where you want to be. Really? Okay. That's very interesting. Good to know. And I was really, bad at the sports stuff. I knew the jokes, but I didn't know a lot about the sports. And a friend of mine auditioned. She knew everything about sports, and she didn't get it. She was so pissed. And here I am, a retard. Like, I'm having a conversation with John Sally. I did a segment which started with, hi, I'm Shayma Tash, and I got mad hops, yo. And he came up to me after I did the segment. He said, that's right, Shayma, you do got mad hops, yo. And I go, hell yeah, I do. I got some moves. I'll see you on the field. Court. Retard. Yeah.
But that's the thing. I mean, the thing was a sports, so you could just learn. All you got to do is jump on ESPN. There's a new scandal going on every 5 seconds.
That's true. That's true. You can learn about the players, but in terms of the game, I need things explained to me. I'm open to it. I'm open to it. If there's somebody who wants to explain.
Yeah, that's a good pitch. I'm open to it, by the way.
I am.
I'm open to it.
I think it'd be more interesting if I knew what the hell was going on. It just looks like a bunch of guys slapping each other in the ass and chasing a ball. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Right, hey.
It's like...
So one more question before we get out of here. You were on the Jay Leno show, and you had a great segment on that. You actually did kind of like a man on the street situation. You want to explain that real quick?
Yeah, I actually have that up on YouTube, and that was really fun. I decided to dress down and see how I was treated, as opposed to dressing up. And I had this fake petition that I wanted people to sign, and I just wanted to see how many more signatures I would get and how many more people would comply when I looked, a little nicer, dressed up. I, propped up the tattoos and, it was
the first
really
outfit, you were
amazing.
Like an Amish lady.
Yeah, it was
And then
practically
the other
Amish.
one was like, hey.
It was like not sexy librarian. I mean, I don't know what the hell that was that I was wearing. If you see the clip out there, you'll see it was like a horrible hat, and I had these horn rim glasses and an unflattering dress and some kind of loafers, like just a bad combination all together. And then the second one, I propped up the boobs, and I was wearing a skirt and some heels, and the one guy. He was so rude. He said, I said, you want to sign this petition? He went like this, in my face, in my face. He looked me up and down. Nah, I have nothing to do with you. And then later he came up. He's like, hey, my name is Frankie. I play down at the pier. He's trying to hit on me. I'm like, I'm the
Really?
same girl.
The same chick douchebag.
I'm the same girl. That was real. Like, none of that was.
Did you call him out on that? Yeah, by the way, you put your hand in my face.
No, I made him think that I totally just teased him. I made him think that I was going to go, yeah, I'm going to be there, yeah. So then he'd be like, where'd that chick go? I thought I was getting laid tonight. Let's go playing my heart out here. Playing my heart on here. What a jerk. Yeah, it was amazing the difference between, you know, the way people will treat you.
Well, all right, well, we're getting ready to go, but before we go, I like to play a little game with the guests. It's called 3 Under 30. Basically, we just ask you 3 questions.
Okay.
And you just got it, and it's got to be under 30 seconds.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So we got the timer ready, Scott?
Yes, sir.
All right, and go. What is the capital of Kansas?
I'm just thinking Kansas City, Missouri. I don't know why.
Oh,
I don't know. That's like the first thing that comes to mind. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
First thing, I'm just saying the first thing. We got 30 seconds. Let's go.
All right, second off, who starred in the movie Silence of the Lambs?
Oh, Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins.
Well done.
Okay.
And the third and final question, what is the second verse in Foreigners, I Want to Know What Love Is?
I want you to show me. Oh, okay, no, that's
the chorus.
Chorus. You're right. That's the chorus. I just wanted to sing that. I want you to show me. All right.
Showcase the talents.
That's it. That's it.
Well, you can catch Shayma Tash headlining down at the Las Vegas Hilton for the rest of this weekend. You can catch her. She'll be opening up her Carrot Top plenty of times. And don't forget to jump on ShaymaTosh.com and see her coming to a city near you. And once again, if you tuned in 5 seconds ago and you want to see the rest of the show, don't worry about it, you little angel. We got VegasVideoNetwork.com. We'll be showing the replay. We'll be showing replays on YouTube, Roku, and iTunes. Shayma, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so very much. It was a blast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next Friday, 12:30, Awkward Silence 2.1. We'll see you guys down there. Bye-bye.